Okay, so this is just going to be another training review on one of the videos that I did recently, which is like a I can't even speak, a train with me video, one arm planche, planche front lever, and actually touch front lever, those three that I'm working on. So as you can see here, I'm starting with the kind of just warm-up section. Again, warm-up is, I do kind of mobility work as well outside of training, but warm-up for planche and front lever is really just doing a easier version of the progression that you're doing. So I'm starting my sets. I shouldn't have done this, right? This was meant to be a hold. I kind of forgot what I was doing, but that was a kind of good like 3 seconds or 4 seconds hold beforehand. I think it was 3 seconds, but now I'm actually into the proper set. So I've got 3 seconds and now I'm going into my actual planche set. So I get a good 7 seconds. I'm not going to count these, by the way. So around 7 seconds or so on this hold. It was a pretty nice hold. Then second kind of attempt or second lean in. And again, good hold. I'm really focusing on hollowing out my body, which I found really helps me with the form, with the curve. Now I'm doing my planche presses. First one goes up, and I'm really, because I can do more plec presses than this, but I'm really trying to get myself down to level on these presses, which makes it so much harder than even just having a slight angle change. Right now, I'm just mainly messing around here, right? Because I'm curious. A lot of my friends can do multis, so I'm trying to see how it feels. The engagement feels pretty good. It feels pretty similar, and it feels pretty doable, especially just leaning into it. So it's definitely something that if I put the time into it, I'll definitely be able to get. But I'm looking for more one-arm planche more so. Alright, so I'm done with the planche session. I should have done the handstand session before. I'm not too sure why I didn't do the handstands before, but here I'm just warming up on side bends for the one-arm handstands. And then I'm going to go in. I'm going to just start with the kind of shoulder taps. So tapping one side and the other. This is a super good drill. Honestly, one of the best drills for one-arm handstand. Because you get to learn to push out through the shoulders, and then you get to learn to control yourself once you come down. I have to go up with control, otherwise I am going to either fall or I'm going to bend my arms, and the goal is not to bend the arms when I step down. That way it forces me to have control on the actual lean over. It forces me to kind of be relatively straight, and it just keeps everything in line. It makes me have to push the shoulder in, get on top of that shoulder, which is super important. Now I'm just going for attempts. I'm actually going to be slowly taking down the number of attempts I do. These attempts aren't for holds, they're just for the side bend part. Really, I'm actually trying to excessively side bend here. That's why I was doing the side bend warm-ups, especially because it feels a bit awkward. It's like a stretch on your body. But yeah, it's mainly the side bend and the pushing in of the shoulders, so there's not as much movement that I can really do to kind of self-correct, which makes it a little bit harder. And now front lever, same thing with the planche, right? I'm just warming up nice and easy. I'm kind of just easier sets, and then going into my harder sets, which is the kind of front lever pull-ups. I think I get 4 here. I've gotten a new kind of PR, which is 5 now on the front lever. So this was, I think, the week or maybe 5 days ago, something like that. Again, 4 or I'm not too sure. I wasn't counting. Sorry, guys. But I had one more set. I just couldn't, unfortunately, record that set because it was just way too hot. The what do you call it? My phone came up with like that kind of warning that like it's getting too hot, we can't record shit anymore. So that's pretty much it for the training. As always, I kind of cool down a little bit and just mobilize your wrists a little bit when you're warming up, especially. I don't really show that in these videos, but just make sure you're ready, that you're primed. The easiest way to do that is just going in with a kind of easier attempt, right? But then if you're feeling kind of, oh, I need to warm up a little bit more on my wrist, or I need to do a little bit more here, warm up, and then cool down after, just a little bit of stretching, kind of stretch out what you've used. A lot of people just stretch out anything, just what you've used, keep it nice and simple.